Alright, camp anywayers. We just pulled into Hickory Creek Wilderness. It's about 5:30. I had to work today, so we ran. There's a 3.5 hour drive to get here. I left at work a little early. The Hickory Creek Wilderness. Here's our map here, guys. And this is what we're doing. It's about a 13.5 mile loop. Some say it's 12, some say more. We're here. We're going to walk into this today. And we're going to come over to here. I'm sorry, we're going this way. And somewhere around here, which I want to say is about the 3 mile mark, we're going to find a camp tonight. And then tomorrow we'll walk all this. And I don't know if I want to camp here and then walk the rest of this out the last day, or if I want to get all the way around to somewhere over here. Looks like if I get to right about where the trailhead, then I got about a mile and a half left to the parking lot, and I might be able to get some water there. But we are here alone. Left the wife and kids back at home. They couldn't make it, so I said, hell with it, man. This will be my first 2-nighter alone. I'm still pretty new to backpacking. And we chose a pretty tough one from what I understand. Like the hike isn't so bad, but this is not a well-used trail, I guess. So the marks, like here, you can see the marks are real faint, they say. And people say they get lost on this trail easily. So not only that, in the All Trails app, people are talking about it being haunted and stuff. So I don't know, man. I don't know. But we got to get moving, so let's get on the trail. All right, here we go, guys. It's already getting a little kind of dark, and it's only just after 5:30, but all right. This place is amazing, and I have it all to myself. Just me and whatever animals we run into. But I might not record a lot right at the beginning because I've been told lots of blowdowns. Oh, watch out for snakes. And I think this is mostly uphill. Chipmunks. Stay right there. On the way in, I already seen an owl fly in front of my truck, and then I had to slam on my brakes for a hawk because he almost hit my windshield. But that's a pretty good sign for me. Supposedly, this is a pretty isolated, less used trail, and it's also spooky from what they say. I don't know. I figured, what other trail would I want to do for my first home or alone trail for a 2-nighter? I've done a couple solos, just 1-night solos, but this is the Allegheny National Forest. I've never done one here, only in my home area. Mohican, places like that. But so far this place is amazing. Alright, let's not kill the battery already. We'll be back. Alrighty, look at this place. All by myself here. Not a soul in the parking lot. It is a little bit buggy. And there is quite a few things to climb over like this, but look at it. The place is amazing. Wish you guys were here. There's a woodpecker right there. He just landed on the tree in front of me. I'll back it out. Hold on. There he goes. Never mind. Alright, we didn't record much because it's all one big fern forest. That's kind of cool to look at. Look at this. This is the telephone line. Anywho, we seen. I was looking because sometimes I see deer grazing out there. We seen or I seen. I don't know why we're saying we because you weren't with me. I seen a deer across the trail, but I didn't get to see him until he smelled or heard me first. But anyway, we're coming up on the split. This is a place that people take a picture, I guess. That was a very close chipmunk. But I guess it's like half mile from the actual split, or I don't know if it's a half mile, but Hickory Creek Wilderness. We've been on this connector trail for, I don't know, a mile or so. Thought I just heard a voice. Woodpecker. I thought I heard a voice this way, but there's nobody in the parking lot, so they had to have been dropped off if they're out here. Or they're coming from a different parking lot, which I don't know if you can. Watching for snakes. Alright, I think it's like a quarter mile. And then we'll get to the split. I'll show you that when we get to it. Then we're going to take a left. And in about a mile and a half, we'll start looking for the camp. I don't know if we take the first one, but that's the one that interests me because that's the one people talk about there being weird stuff that happens. Nobody says paranormal. They just say it's not bear activity, but it's weird. So I'm interested. What does that mean? But also, I'd like to get some sleep because I'm going to do about 10 miles tomorrow. Well, actually, I don't even have to do that much. It's a pretty little section. This is why people say they get off trail and you say have your GPS with you, because there's really no trail markers. And in the fern forest, you can see where you're going pretty easily. But right now, it's hard to tell if I'm on that trail or not. We're going to look at the GPS here in a minute. But I believe we are. Looks like it's starting to close. Oh, it takes a left, that's why. I was going to say, it looks like it closes up here. But it doesn't take a left, it takes a right. But yeah, kind of a difficult trail to follow. Not really for a beginner hiker, but this is the kind of trail we love. See you at the split. We haven't got to the split, and I literally just turned my camera off. This happens to me all the time. I'll turn it off and then something cool like this comes up. There's quite a few mosquitoes. I've been doing a lot of Appalachian camp trails and stuff lately, and hasn't been too bad yet this year, but now it is. Alright, I gotta check the GPS for sure. Give me a sec. Alright, we got into some deeper woods, or whatever, lots of spider webs, but pretty magnolias, or whatever they're called. What are these guys? Those are magnolia trees, right? I don't know. I should know more about this, but I don't. Looks like there's probably a camp up here too, where you can make one. I lost the trail again. I'm pretty sure I'm on it. Alright, back to GPS. Let's see where we are. Okay. Oh, chipmunks everywhere in this place. Gotta be careful of my food. Anyway, We we did find the trail. We were off trail. It wasn't too hard to get back on. But now that we're in this fern forest here, the trail's much easier to follow. They do say once you actually hit the wilderness trail up here at the split, it gets a lot more difficult to follow, which I couldn't I couldn't see. Well, some places it's hard and some it's easy like this. What the fuck was that? Probably a chipmunk, but check out these mushies. They look like the start of those chanterelles, but probably not. Something went up that tree. Startled me. Anywho, I just wanted to show you how the terrain keeps changing. It's pretty. Alright, I see what they mean by overgrown now. This is the trail here. Tick City. Coming through. Lots of spider webs. But, okay, now I see what they mean by overgrown. Because I'm looking at this most of the time, like, and then the ferns, like, we're still kind of early. It's June 12th. But, that was a little overgrown, yeah. I like it. That means a lot of people won't walk through here. Because they're afraid of ticks, spiders, bears, coyotes, spider webs even. And I hate all those things. Well, I don't hate them. I actually love all those things, but I don't want to run into spider webs either. I'm kind of hoping for a bear encounter this weekend. I just don't want a mama bear encounter or a startle. I don't want to scare a bear. But I'm also not going to walk through the bear woods yelling, "Hey bear," like a fucking idiot. This isn't grizzly country. This is black bear country. Yeah, this is definitely a pretty cool path. So many spider webs. I can only imagine what this is like in the fall. Okay, we'll be back. We gotta be coming up to that split. Oh, here it is. We might actually take a break here for a minute. I don't really have anything to sit on, but there's the parking lot. Here's the Hickory Creek Loop. We're gonna come back that way. We're gonna go that way. And now we're following the yellow marks. We didn't have any marks on the connector trail. Get off of me. Screw it. But now we're following those. Sorry about the shitty camera work, guys. A little tired. It's been a long week of work. Drove 3.5 hours out to get here. And now my heart is pumping because I'm just go, 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 go. So we're going to drop the bag. We're going to cool off a little bit. We're going to let my heart rate settle. And then we're going to head down to the left about a mile, mile and a half. Because from what I understand, it's like 3 miles in. I might have misunderstood and it might be 3 miles from here. But no matter. This is the Allegheny. You can make a camp anywhere you want. It's a leave no trace place. Anyway, let me get this fucking thing off. I'll be back. Guys, we're finally at, don't mind my fat. This is part of the reason I started backpacking. We're gonna get in better shape. But we're at the split. We're taking our first break because we're hot and sweaty. Pretty much done now. Take a couple puffs to get our lungs opened up. Cheers. What a beautiful forest. I was able to call the old lady from here. I got the new satellite phone. Well, it's not new. We have T-Mobile, so all I did was I pay 10 extra bucks a month and I get satellite phone when I don't have any coverage. Turns out I was able to call her from here. I just Facebooked. Can you believe that? Facebook it from out here. If it works in camp, I might do a TikTok live. I don't know. I don't really TikTok live much anymore, but maybe we will. I don't know how to YouTube live or anything. Sometimes I try not to custom my videos so that kids can watch it. But lately I realized, why? I don't want to teach kids this. like I think it's weird when adults want kids to watch their videos when they don't have kids in their videos. I do sometimes though. I have my 17-year-old. All right, one more and we're out of here. For those who don't know anything about me, I make these. Well, I used to. I still have all my equipment and I have glass at home. It's all hooked up. I could make these, but I gave it up a while ago just to do stuff like this. I used to put way too much of my time and life into being in the glass shop all the time, missing out on my kids growing up and all kinds of stuff. So now I'm doing other things. Let's get on the road, guys. We gotta go. Check this out, guys. We're about to come into a beautiful pine forest here. It's about to get dark. In the pines, where the sun don't ever shine, I will shiver the whole night through. So we've been going back and forth. See, this is what people were complaining about. We've been going back and forth between yellow and white markers, and it's just like they're so faded. See, I can see one down here, so I'm going the right way. I mean, I can see them. I thought I just walked over a snake. I can see them, but they are faded. And the only time I'm going off trail right now is when I'm recording, because I'm like looking at my phone and stuff. See, look how faded this one is. But I mean, it's pretty simple if you're vigilant. I mean, if you like, some people come through here and they got their headphones on and stuff, and it's like they're just chatting away like I'm doing right now. But if you're actually looking around you and enjoying what you're in, there's a very good chance you're not gonna go off trail. But if you're like just trying to get from point A to point B, there's a good chance you're gonna miss the turn. Anyway, beautiful pine forest, and we're about to come out of it. Like right now, guys, just as soon as I turn the phone off, I realize I'm like, this is where I came from. And then I'm second guessing, did the trail turn? Because this is here, but it's like, not a lot of people have walked over that. But I'm pretty sure this is the trail here. So let's go see if we see a marker. I could be checking my GPS, but I see a marker. So yeah, like, there's definitely some spots you're like, oh shit. But you should be watching your surroundings, and when they start to close in on you, you should double check what you just did. There's a trail marker. But anyway, experienced hikers only, I suppose. I wouldn't come through here if you're just a novice day hiker or something. Some people, most people, I guess. Mosquito between the eyes. Most people hike this in the day, or use this as a day hike anyway. It's 13 miles, 13 and a half, depending on who you ask. But, yeah, I'm not that guy. I'm going to stay here 2 nights, so I don't have to walk fucking 13 and a half miles. I'm good at 5 to 10 miles a day. Ooh, hawk. Did you guys see him? He landed up here. We're going to get a better view of him. Hold on, I'm going to put my stuff down. I lost him. Oh, no, I see him. Where is he? Where is he? Hold on. Oh, it's so hard to see. He's there somewhere. Did he take off? He took off. Or did he? Well, let's get closer and find out. I hope I got him on video, but he's flying away and then, oh, there he goes. Yeah. He's staying on the trail in front of us. That's beautiful. My father died of cancer a few years back. I always said when he dies, he's gonna come back as a hawk and visit me often. And crazy enough, I get visited all the time. I think I was saying earlier, I used to be a glass blower. I lived in Kent, Ohio, and that was my first, right after my dad died, was my first close encounter with a hawk. The first day, he landed on the tree right outside of my shop and let me get like right underneath, and we were probably about 10 feet from each other. And then the second day, he had gotten a catch, and I was walking home, and he was just outside of my fence. I had to pass him on the sidewalk. We got like 2 feet from each other, and he just looked at me and let me go by. It was really cool. I did get some video and pictures. It's not on this phone, but that was a cool experience. Back into the pine forest, guys. Every time I go to the pine forest, I think, oh, I better start looking for camp soon. Which, I am looking for camp. But we're heading down this hill. There should be a creek down here. And when I hear water, we're probably gonna look for camp right around there. Because I want to get some. I brought coffee, oatmeal for the morning, and then I need to boil my dinner. And I've only got one Smart bottle in my pocket. And I do have an empty, small one. Like a 750, whatever, milliliter one. But that's because on the other side of this trail, you don't go by any water. So before I leave the last creek, all the way at the back, the halfway point, I'm gonna double up my water bottles and cross my fingers. I think I don't know what I see over there. Anywho, we'll be back. We're heading downhill to the river, or creek. I keep putting my phone away to just taking it right back out in a second, because this place is majestic, man. Excuse me. I'm gonna have to hit my inhaler here in a minute. Allergies are hitting me. Anyway, so much wildlife and beauty, and it's so nice and cool and breezy in here. And because I'm talking to you guys, I just lost the trail. Not sure if I'm on it or if it just turned. I think I am. It could have went that way. I'm gonna give it another second. If I don't see a yellow hash mark, we are going to check the GPS. Yeah, this don't look right. I'll be back. Alright, GPS says I went off to the trail to the right, so I'm just gonna take a left and come back this way until I see something that looks walkable. That's not it, is it? It looks like that's probably it over here. Oh. See what I mean, though? You just gotta, as soon as things start to look a little too woodsy, yeah, here's something. Ah, there's the marker. See? As easy as that. You will get off trail here, but you just gotta be vigilant. Make sure you have a GPS or a trail map. Does it go right or left? Looks like probably left. Yep, I see a marker way down there. Alright, we're finally starting to see our first signs of water. I'm not gonna try to filter that, because I think what I'll end up doing is finding my camp first so I can drop the backpack, because I got a 1.5 gallon filter bag, gravity filter, which I like. I actually have the Grail system as well, which is quick and easy and perfect for trips like this, but I like the gravity one because it's got the larger bag and I can fill it up, and then I got water in the morning for my coffee, water for cleaning my dishes and washing my hands up, and blah blah blah. You know, you get the idea. But I bring that bag and hang it in camp, and we're good to go. This place is amazing. Hickory Creek Wilderness Area. Look it up. You go to the All Trails is what I use. Some people do the Onyx maps. I like the All Trails. I'm probably gonna get the Onyx one too, but because I think not everybody records theirs. So if somebody's already got one, they leave. They just use theirs and they don't record their own. And some of these trails have multiple trails, like cut-through trails that you can shortcut them. So sometimes I don't want to do 20 miles. I want to do maybe 10. But I don't know if I can because nobody's recording them. And it's hard to find information on a lot of these places. The locals are real quiet about it. I do like that though. Anyway, enough babbling. Anyway. Let's get to camp. Okay, like here's a big up and over. Looks like some people might go all the way around. But we're gonna go up and over. Probably gonna put the phone down for this, but this is what the complaints were about. We don't complain, we adapt and overcome. I'm gonna go down here. We also may fall and get hurt. All right, gotta go. So guys, we're at a creek crossing right now. I was definitely hoping that it was a little bit more running than this, but it looks like good clean water. Let me show you. It isn't. There's a little pool right there. So what I'm gonna do, this looks like on the map it's the crossing. I've heard in the summer this sucks. It should have rained today or yesterday. So I'd expected it to be a little more. And we're still going downhill, so I was hoping wherever this is going to would be bigger, but we're gonna fill our 2 bottles back up while we're at a water source. I'm not gonna fill my 1.5 gallon thing because I'm hoping we get to more water, and I'll refill it then. Or if I find a campsite, because I was hoping around the first creek to find a campsite. Worst case scenario, I'll make a campsite, but nothing's real flat around here. It's pretty dense. There goes a squirrel. All right, let me do this. I'll be back. All right, guys, we got some water. We're back on this hard to see trail. That took a little longer than I wanted to, and I only took fuck me. I only took a small bottle. I'm going around. And a large smart water bottle, and then I dumped my bladder out because I didn't want to carry more weight. I'm pretty tired. It's been a long week and everything. So what I'm hoping is I can find a flat area for camp, not too far down the way. I'm hoping to see an established camp, so I don't have to try to make a fire pit. But anyway, I'm hoping it's not too far away and I can get back to that water. I would assume somebody would make a camp near the water, but it's hard telling around here, to be honest. What is this? Hold up. Check this out, guys. Hold up. That is very cool. What? That is cool. Those are huge. There's a couple of them here. We don't get time to play though. We gotta get to camp soon. I probably still got about 2 hours of sun left. I don't even know what time it is right now. There's definitely something walking over there. But look at this. Ooh, that's something big. Yeah, there's something tromping through the woods over there. It stopped. Anyway, look at this place. This is pretty amazing. And we are following this creek, so I got water, but I could still be getting water if I climb down the hill. So I'm hoping there's a camp down here somewhere. I might be passing some camps, to be honest with you, because this is all uphill and on an angle, and there's some flat areas down there. But I don't see a camp yet. Oh, maybe I do. Aha! If that's camp, I think we're going to take it for the night. There's a flat area down there. I mean, I still got a little bit of daylight left. I'm going to check the all trails and see how far I've gone. And oh yeah, that's a camp. I see a little makeshift chair that was made. Let me go check how flat it is, and we'll decide on if we're close. Because there is definitely an endless amount of water, so I don't have to worry about trucking it in. But I see a fire pit. Maybe the most level place. And this is actually the one the person was talking about, saying that they heard weird things going on. But how do we get down there? Oh, I didn't quite get to the little trail. I think this might be it, just because of the water source. It's pretty flat. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, I thought I seen bear scat. We will not be staying on a game trail. Oh, I do see something up here. I hope that's just cloth or something. Now we're on the side that I was hearing the traipsing through the woods. That's just a burnt log. This could be it. It's not super flat, but we can make this work. And it looks like it could be pretty buggy here, but it's right on a beautiful hemlock forest, or a pine forest. Let me get this bag off, make some decisions. I might walk down just a little ways and see if there's another camp. Leave my bag here. Well, I might take the bag with me and get down further, because I imagine water is better down there. Let me look at the all trails. We'll be back. So this isn't much of a site anymore, and I'll have to go way off to find wood. There's plenty of bear bag places, though, for me to hang. So that is good. No widowmakers that I could see. Okay. I'll be back. So here it is. Somebody put rocks in the center of it. There's not a lot of wood. I'm going to have to walk into the pine forest, which I imagine I'll find plenty. But here's this creek here. It's not moving very good. It was up the way. So, I don't know. I got an endless amount of water here, and I'm in the fern forest. So I might walk down a little bit further. So I walked from that way, and there's camp here. I went down the hill to see if there was a better camp. There's really not, unless I want to bushwhack and create one. Here's the fun part. This is the site that all the reviews were talking about some weird stuff happening. You got a real dense pine forest over here. You got a pine forest behind you, and you're in a hardwood. It's very pretty. and you got all these ferns. And we got this creek, so I'm on the same creek that I got water from, so I didn't have to carry it out. But the little berry, I wouldn't eat it. But this is camp. I already showed you guys once, but we're gonna have to collect some firewood. There's a little bit here, but we will have a fire because a little buggy. But all right, we gotta get to work. All right, guys. Before it gets too dark, I need to go hang my bear bag. And I hope the trail I'm on is just because backpackers come in here, but it kind of split. What I'm looking for right now is a rock that I can put in my pillow stuff set. And in the meantime, I'm also looking for a good overhead branch. Let's come back in here to the pine forest. Usually has something. See, it's getting pretty dark back here. But I need to get this up off the ground somewhere. And it should be at least 50 yards, which we already are, from camp. And a couple feet from the tree. But I still haven't found a good rock, although they're everywhere. Yeah, it's so dark and dense back here. I'll have to come back here with a headlamp to put it up after I'm eating, or after I'm done eating. Well, how about that one? Or, there's a good one. There's a good one. See this branch here, how it... Something was just behind me. But see that branch, how it goes up and over? That's perfect. Now we just gotta get our thing up and over. Yeah, it needs to be at least 10, some people say 20, off the ground. And it has to be at least 3 feet from any thing, because they'll climb up it and reach out. So if I put it out here, but you also need it 3 foot down because raccoons. But I've never actually seen a raccoon in the Allegheny Forest. That doesn't mean they're not here. There's plenty of rats. All right, I'm gonna have to go so I can find something to throw this over with. I need something heavy. I didn't get it recorded. I did get it hung. I couldn't find a rock, and what I ended up doing was putting the rest of the paracord in here because I have a 100-foot paracord. It was heavy enough to throw it up over, but it was a real bitch to get it to come down from there. So here's another thing I like to do. I like making a little loop in one, make another loop here. I can hang my clothes, my backpack, so I can get into it without any trouble. I will do that with the water too, but I don't think I'm gonna need to. All right, we got a little makeshift bobber going on here. We got to get the bed made. I bring a pad to protect my air mattress. I got a 5-inch air mattress. This is just a 50-degree bag. It's supposed to get to 55 tonight, but I got a bag liner. We do have an air pump to pump up the mattress. We can do that before it gets too dark. But I wanted to hang that bear bag, and it is going to be difficult to find. Once I get the bag hung, it's bright white, I'll be able to find it, but finding that string once it's dark is going to be pretty hard. So I think I'm going to try to eat, and then, but I'm going to get a fire going first, I think. But I'm going to try to eat and get that bag put away before too late. And I can't find it. But it should be straight back. Like I went in that way and then came off to the left. So if I just go straight back, a good 70 yards maybe, which is a good distance from us. But, all right, let me see if I can get a fire going here. So I'm starting this fire. And I was going to get you guys started so I can see it. But I started hearing huffing and puffing that direction. Sound like a deer. But now I'm hearing loud tree branches, like whole trees. Let me know if you hear anything. What I did was, it's wet, everything is wet here. So I got some cotton ball swabs that I get all gooey with Vaseline, petroleum jelly. Got some twigs in there. We're gonna light that up. It lights like a little candle. And while that's lit, we're gonna put sticks on it and see if we can get it going. This whole pit is soaked. See how easily it gets going? But you gotta keep it going, little by little. Small stick. And everything here is wet. I can hear it all sizzling, which is kind of good for the simple fact that we're gonna get mosquitoes away from us. Oh God. This whole thing's smoking, sizzling. A lot of people like to get all their stuff ready ahead of time, but I gotta tell you, I think it's a waste. I just do it as I go. Otherwise, you're getting too much tender or like small stuff ready that's unnecessary. I just need this to catch, which it is. And then there comes a point where you're putting too much on it. You gotta let it catch up. But all of that smoke is gonna help me with the mosquitoes, with all this wet wood. Which honestly, I don't get eaten up by the mosquitoes very easily. If my old lady and kids were here, they'd be complaining big time. But as you see, I'm in shorts and a tank top, and I'm all right. Now we got something happening here, guys. I'll tell you, a lot of the times when I camp, I don't even do a fire just because it's like you're so tired when you get into play where you're going. But here, it's getting late. We're losing light, and it's a little skeetery. So let's go ahead and keep the bugs and animals away for a minute while we get our food ready. All right, we'll be back though. There's how you make a fire with, here, let me show you. I carry them in a little Altoids box. Well, that's all I need. Oop. So you fray it up a little bit, but you get it doused in. It only takes one. It's like a little candle. Alright guys, camp's pretty much set up. This wet wood is being a bitch, but if you can tell, it's doing good with the bugs. We're not going to have a fire for too long tonight, like I said. Got my camp shoes on. Got my little camp table, which was somebody else's chair. Got my bear bag back there. I'm going to get to eating some food pretty soon, but this thing, I love it, man. There's an extra 2 pounds to carry in, but worth it. So here's my setup once it's all done. I don't know if you can see, there's a 5-inch mat on top of a pad. We have a bag liner. I have an extra pillow, but my thing comes with a pillow. But I like to bring an extra pillow because sometimes I like to deflate the air mattress some. But also the pillow, which weighs nothing, can be used to level out my bed if one side is higher than the other, you know what I mean? Like if I'm on a thing. And I also use my bag. But what's nice is we got this little awning here. It keeps all my stuff out of the dew and out of the rain. I had a cup of coffee to drink for tonight, but I don't think I'm going to drink it. I don't even know what time it is, but I'm guessing it's about 8:30. I know I need to sit down, let my cool off a little. I need to take my night meds. But we're going to sit down, relax, enjoy this fire for a little bit, and then make our dinner. Which I'm really not that hungry, but I'm going to force myself to eat because I need the calories and protein to recover from today. Anyway, it's so nice back here. It is a little creepy at times. There are some weird noises that have happened back here, but it's the woods, and that happens all the time. It's like owls, coyotes. I'll be surprised if I don't hear coyotes tonight. Every time I've been in Allegheny, I've heard them. They ran through my camp one time at the Allegheny Reservoir. But I just don't want bear at night. Bear in the day, okay. Bear at night, not all right. All right, let's get to cooking, or relaxing at least. All right, guys. I haven't been recording much while we're in camp because there's so much to do. I finally just sat down. I'm eating a mountain house. I don't always take mountain house, but this time I knew I was going to be coming in late. I didn't get to the parking lot till 5:30ish, and then took me a couple hours, two and a half hours to get back here. It's now about 9 o'clock, still light out, but it's not going to be for long. So I'm trying to eat real quick so I can still see a little bit. Got to go hang my bear bag, get all this garbage in there, anything with a scent, toothpaste, all of it. I put it all in there. You don't have to worry as much about the black bear, but I don't want rodents and shit in it. I know guys who don't even hang it. They just put it in the corner of their tent. Not me. I don't want the rats chewing through the side of my tent. Little chipmunks, whatever. Anyway, there's been a couple times I heard some huffing and puffing up that hill I was telling you guys about. Then a huge snap, like somebody or something snapped a whole tree over. Probably just a normal tree falling. But fire's right behind you if you guys start hearing snaps. Other than that, when I was getting this fire going, I could have heard, I swear I heard somebody say, hey. And then just a minute ago, same thing. It just sounded like, I don't know what I couldn't make out whatever it was saying, or if it was just imagination or if it was just a bird. But it was coming from the other way, behind me. So, I don't know. A lot of this is like normal forest noises, but I think what happens is people get out here by themselves and they start thinking about stuff, and then their brain starts turning stuff into stuff. So I was just trying not to think about it too much. Here's my theory. If something were to happen to me out here, I think it's better. I would rather die with my feet in the dirt out here in God's country than on concrete any day. Concrete, blacktop, any day. I have this kid I work with, and he used to drive the work truck like an asshole. I'd be in the truck with him, and he's weaving out of traffic with a Ford F-550 loaded up, just slamming on his brakes, hitting the gas, doing all that stuff. And I'm like, you got to chill the fuck out, man. He's like, what do you care? And I'm like, listen, I don't know what happens when I die, but if there is purgatory and I get stuck somewhere for the rest of eternity, I'll be fucking damned if it's going to be work. Do not kill me at work. I'll haunt you forever. Out here, if this is where I got stuck in purgatory, bro, It's pretty majestic. Anyway, these Mountain House meals, this one is the beef lasagna. I put a couple Frank's Red Hot sauces in it. It's pretty good. The thing about it is, they're filling. Like I said, I wasn't all that hungry, even though I hadn't ate. But this has something like 22 grams of protein, a bunch of calories, 440 calories. We need that to recover so that tomorrow we feel pretty good. Anyway, talking a lot. I'm going to finish this food up here. I'm going to get it all hung up, out of the way, up in the tree. And then we're going to smoke one. Say goodnight to my old lady. I don't know if my satellite phone's working. It's been on and off working. We're kind of almost to the bottom of the hill. It was working. Actually, I had phone. I called her from the top of the hill before we came down here a couple hours ago. But we'll be back. Hey guys, we're going to go hang a bear bag. The reason I'm wearing this hat is because this is literally my headlamp right now, guys. But this is our bear bag. It's a scent-free, waterproof bag. Let me see if I can straighten this out. I don't really need this light yet, but we need to go back into that way. Through the forest, somewhere straight back here. I gotta find my yellow line now. And on my way back, I'm gonna grab some of this wood. Boy, it's dark back here. Lots of holes. Ow. And I'm in fucking flip-flops. Okay. Let me see. Oh boy, it's dark. Oh. I'm close, but I'm not far enough in, I don't think. I remember that branch over there. So, wait. Damn it, I've lost it. This is the problem with waiting so long to come back here. There was a big branch that hung over. Is that it way over here? No, I don't think so. Hold on. Fuck. I should have done a better job at marking my spot. Alright. I'm gonna have to get off here and start doing some searching. It can't be that far away. Where the hell is that big branch that goes overhead? It must be farther in. Alright, give me a minute. I'll be back. I found it. As soon as I shut it off, it was right here to my left. You see those lines hanging? Alright. So, I'm gonna tie this end to it, and I'm going to take that in and tie it around the tree. I'll show you how it works here. Alright guys, there it is. I put it up. It's hanging from that one. You can't really see it right now, but the one that comes out here, that one behind it's not as close as it looks. But it's about 4 feet, 5 feet down from that one. It's at least, let's back up, 15 feet off the ground, and it is over 3 feet from this. And then I just took the line and just did a couple loops around that thing, tied it to itself. So that's it. Bear bag is hung. It'll be a lot easier to find it in the morning. Now I forgot. Now I forget how to get back to camp. All right, straight out. I want to say straight. But yeah, now we can stop climbing around in the dark. I'm going to get off here because I might grab some wood. There's plenty of it right here. I'll be back. All right. We are back at camp. We got the bear bag hung almost 100 yards behind us, so that should be plenty good. It's definitely starting to get dark. It is 9:02 right now. I put one thing of wood on the fire. We're going to let that burn down. We're going to burn one or two. And then I'm going to take my melatonin, because I need that shit to sleep through the night, or I'll get up 100 times in the middle of the night to pee, or just because I hear something. And like I said earlier, I'd rather die in my sleep or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, once I get into that tent, I want to go to bed. I want to close my eyes. I want to fall asleep. I want to wake up in the morning feeling rejuvenated. We'll get a cup of coffee in the morning and some oatmeal. Clean up camp once everything's dried up. It's supposed to get down to 55 degrees overnight. A 5% chance of rain a few times during the night. No big deal. Tomorrow, 0% chance of rain, but the next Sunday will be up to 45% at somewhere around 11 noon. So my plan is to get 3/4 of the way tomorrow, which, if I remember correctly, I am already 1/4 of the way around. Whoa. Now that was a loud pop. Did you guys hear that? That one was weird. That sounded like somebody taking a big wet branch and smacking it against the tree trunk. Anyway, probably just a branch falling on a rock. But like I said, when you're out here, man, your brain starts working like, oh, was that Bigfoot? Oddly enough, on the way up here, there's all this Bigfoot paraphernalia at people's yards. Like, everybody had one of those Bigfoot things, and there was a store that was right before I got on the back road. They had a big sculpture. Maybe that's what dude's hearing when he's camping here. Either way, we're not impeding on anybody. We're here for a night, and we're on our way out of here tomorrow. Well, this side of the mountain. Hey, you guys, I'm going to smoke one, and we're going to go to bed. I will catch you in the morning. Or maybe I'll say goodnight to you before I go. But we're going to get in that tent here pretty soon. We're going to let this burn down first. Safety first, guys. I'm either going to... I'll probably pour some water out, but I really want to waste the water I got, because I'll have to filter in the morning. So we'll probably just let it burn down and spread it out. See you in the morning. Good morning, campers. It is about 5:45 in the morning. As you can hear, the birds are out. Did not sleep very good. Not sure why. I'm just not comfy, I guess. I don't know. I don't normally sleep good the first night backpacking. So tonight, we'll probably get some good sleep. Woke up twice to go to the bathroom last night, and I can tell you this much: it was absolutely pitch black without any. There's no stars or moon out last night because of the clouds, and we're right beside two big pine forests, so I would get out with this headlamp and you can see about 4 feet in front of your face, and then it's just nothing. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Anyway, we're gonna get up, pack up the inside of this tent, get some coffee. It's a little bit chilly. It's like 55 degrees right now, which I don't have any socks on and I still have shorts on, so here goes. But anyway, I'm gonna get some socks on. I'm gonna put the pants, I'm gonna zip my pants on, and then we're gonna make some coffee. Gotta go get that bear bag down. We'll hang around camp for an hour or two before we get on the road and go. Excuse me. Go find tonight's camp. God, I'm a mess right now. All right, we're gonna get up. Excuse me. All right. I just realized I think I left my tent wide open, which is a big no-no. But let's see. Yep. We don't need no spiders, man. All right, look at this place. Sun's just starting to pop up. 6 in the morning. A little bit chilly, but I got my sun hoodie on and I zipped my pants on. I got these zipper pants things. It's nice. It's nice. But it's time to find our bear bag and see if it got messed with. I could see it hanging. Can you see it way back there? There it is. Much easier to find when it's a little bit brighter out. And there's a big white bag hanging. So anyway, we're gonna get some coffee started. Since I didn't drink my coffee, I pre-make my coffee. So all I gotta do is boil water and dump the instant coffee with the cream and sugar directly into the water. But I make one for night and morning because I like to have a nice hot cup of coffee once the hike's over. But I didn't have it last night, so we have enough to make 2 cups of coffee this morning, which makes me excited. All right, bear bag is up. Looks like nothing messed with it. Let's get that down from the tree. Here, let me get you a different angle on it. Yeah. All right, I'm bringing it down. All right, guys. Man, when you're out here and you haven't talked to anybody in a long time, every time you go to talk, when you turn on the camera, you realize, oh shit, I haven't talked in a long time and I got to clear my throat. Anyway, absolutely gorgeous morning right now. We got our bear bag, coffee going. Coffee is on. Look at that. Delicious jail coffee, which is horrible, but also delicious right now. I'm in love with this place right now. I'm in a huge fern forest. And listen, you can hear that echo? Echo! Oh, 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 This is my forest right now. You can see I haven't slept very well. I don't give a shit. My forest. Absolutely nobody here. I've got at least a 15-mile loop all to myself. I mean, it is Saturday morning, so I'm going to assume people are going to be here pretty soon. But every review I read about this place, nobody sees anybody. So we're out here by ourselves, and I love it. Last night was a little weird, a couple of times. Definitely heard a huge tree fall. See, I think the person who thought they were hearing paranormal activity or maybe Bigfoot or whatever they're talking about. We're in a fern forest. It's a very soft ground. Trees fall, branches all night long. Branches are falling on rocks that are making weird noises. So, and then there's animals. There's animals everywhere. I just listened to something walk straight past the trail down that way. I'm gonna assume it was a deer because it wasn't too loud. But bears are known to be pretty fucking stealthy, to be honest with you. But the point is, there's stuff out here. I'm not alone. Human wise, I'm alone. Yeah, the place is amazing though. I highly recommend Hickory Creek Wilderness. Get you some. You hear that? I love that bird. I just watched a tree go down over there. You guys are like my mirror in the morning. Let's get myself all ready for the big day. I had long hair for over 20 years. My daughter was diagnosed with cancer last year. She's already beat it because she's a badass. But I shaved my head for the first time, and it's really weird having short hair. So we had a coffee, had our morning poo. We're about to smoke this bowl, eat some oatmeal. Probably have another cup of coffee. But yeah, as I was sitting here, right over yonder, a pretty big tree went down. It's fun watching that. Since I've been in this campsite less than, I don't know, 12 hours or so, I've seen 3 trees go down, which is a little concerning, but still pretty cool. There is one that's behind me. You might be able to even see it. I can't tell if it's that leaning one, but there is one that is aimed right where my tent is. But there's 3 trees in front of my tent that I was hoping blocked it. I had already started, and I looked for all the deadfalls I could. I missed it, set up tent, and then I was like, oh shit. Well, at least I'm behind a couple trees, so hopefully it would have caught it. So far, so good. I'm alive. But yeah, it's pretty important to check all around. Like, I looked all around here, but this one is really tall and it's really far away. There's another one that's behind my tent, but it is definitely leaning away from the tent. So when that one goes, it's going the opposite direction. But yeah, this place is like, it's a fern forest, so it's like very soft soil here. So even live trees are falling here. But anyway, we're going to finish this bowl up. We got about 3 miles of 3.5. We've got about 3.5 miles in. We're 3.2 miles in. We got to go 13.5 according to All Trails. All Trails is always wrong, so I'm going to assume this is more like a 15 mile. I hear people talk about it being a 12 mile, so maybe 13 and a half is correct. See, just trees fall all the time. I don't know if you guys heard that. That wasn't a tree, or it may have been a tree settling in more, but it's a lot of it's crossed over here. But anyway, we're on the side right now where there's some water. I'm actually camping on water. It's not a lot. I hear there's 3 creeks. They're all on this side. So by this afternoon, when I get to camp on the other side, there's not going to be any water. So when I get to the third creek, I might be carrying water. Or I may just go like a mile past the water, set up camp, walk back. So it's going to turn my 13 and a half into like 17 or whatever, but I might walk back to collect the water because I already got a 27, 28 pound rucksack. If I drink some more coffee and eat some food, I'll bring it down a little. But anyway, yeah, I already got a heavy sack, so I don't really want to carry water to camp for a couple miles with the sack on my back. So we'll see. We'll see. I haven't decided exactly what I'm gonna do yet. I only have 2 bottles. I have a large Smart Water. I think that's a liter, and then 3/4 of a liter or something like that. The smaller ones. Let's see. I got 1 large one and 1 small one. Now that is enough for, I don't know, I could do 10-mile hike on that, but carrying a rucksack, and then it's gonna be up to 80 today and going up and down hills. I got like 1400 feet of elevation, and I think I've only done 3. Maybe even less, like 180. I ain't done much. I'm going way downhill, so I know that the other side is going to be uphill. Because we're going around this mountain. Well, this glorified hill, I guess you could call it. Not really a mountain. I'm just interested, like I want to hang out here for a little while because I'm only 3 miles in. See if anybody walks by. The trail's right behind you guys on the other side of this water. I really don't think anybody's gonna go by. But I also want to get going while it's still kind of cool out. Anyway. I love it out here. I really do. It's kind of cool this morning, which I really like right now. I had to put my pants on, put my my sun hoodie on. Mosquitoes are coming out already. It's just very peaceful out here. Sun's coming up over here, so it's east that direction, and you can see it's hitting everything over here, but I wouldn't get any sun until it's about 10 o'clock probably in this area. But I'm okay with that. Sometimes the birds will talk back. I was hoping, that's why I started recording. There's this one bird. I don't know what it is, but it kind of sounds like a monkey. And I really like that bird. How was my impression? Was it good? Anyway, I really like that bird. And I caught a little bit of it in the beginning of this video. It's got 2 different calls. Well, I'm sure it's got more than that, but I really need to start studying some of this stuff. I'm pretty new to the backpacking. I've hiked and camped all my life, but never combined the 2 until recently. More stuff falling over there. It's like the whole time I've been here, it's in the same area. Just constant stuff falling every 20 minutes. Which is odd that it's all in one area. So it could be a landslide or something. But anyway, I've always camped, always hiked. Got more into hiking a few years back with me and Selena. And recently I just decided, like, why not combine the two. Why have I not been doing that? Because here's the thing. She really likes hiking from point A to point B. She's a go-getter. She's healthy, in better shape than me. So when we hike, I usually got to take a lot of breaks. And it takes forever to get there. And then we get to a point and we got to do a turnaround and come back, like an in and out. And usually I'll hike until I'm just like, I can't. What the fuck was that? Did you hear that? That sure sounded like a smack. Like somebody smacked the tree with a branch. In the same area. And I'm still hearing shit. I think a tree's about to fall. Anyway, we usually get to a point where I'm like, I just can't anymore. And then when we turn around, I got all that way to go back and I'm exhausted. So I said, why not, when I get to that point, we just make camp? It makes sense, right? And then I started researching backpacking. I realized I fucking love it. Now I'm obsessed with it. And I'm doing it as much as I can at the moment. Nobody can come with me this weekend, so I just go on my own. Next weekend, I got 2 nights in, well, I'm not going to tell you where yet until I'm there and record it, but it's in Ohio. In a place where every time I've camped here, one time there was a growl. If you go back on like one of my first videos, somewhere in the middle of it, it's the middle of the night, you can hear something growl in the distance, but also something charged down the hill at me. Well, I don't think it was charged me. It was going to come through camp and it noticed me and it stopped in its tracks and then it went around. And then you can hear it running up the ridge on the other side of me because I was in a valley. So anyway, then recently I went back there in a different camp spot in the same wilderness and there was there's a tree about to fall. There was weird, it turns out I think it was a barred owl. They say they screech. It sounded like an eagle, but more like I always when I describe it to people, I'm like, you know, like how they describe pterodactyls in the Jurassic Park. I was like, Wah! That's what it sounded like. It was really weird. And then I heard a bobcat. And I know it was a bobcat because it was down the valley from me. And it sounded like a woman screaming. Started out sounding like a baby crying. And then it sounded like a woman. Then you can hear the rail part of it, like the cat part of it at the very end. So, and I've heard a lot of bobcats, so I knew that. But that was really cool to experience firsthand. I've always seen bobcat videos, but I've never heard it myself. So that was pretty interesting. Also pretty alarming because it was like 4 a.m. and it woke me up. I literally jumped up and was like, "What the fuck?" And then realized, oh, that's a bobcat, and I went back to sleep. Anyway, I think I am gonna wander over across there and see what's making all this fucking noise. I'll be back. Guys, there is a tree that has been slowly falling for the last half hour. Hear it? Here it goes. Go on, bitch. You can do it. So, if a tree falls in the woods and nobody's there to hear it, It makes noise. Lots of fucking noise. It's never gonna fall. It's just gonna keep creaking. As soon as I turn the camera off, it will fall. And here we go. Alright, guys. Excuse me. We've been watching. Here's the creek that I'm camping on. Not the best water source, but better than nothing. We've been listening to this tree creaking and cracking forever. It sounds huge. Up the hill. I'm not ready to camp or hike yet. But we're going to come over here and see if we can see what's making all that noise. Here's the trail, as small as it is. I don't want the tree to fall on me, but I would like to see which one it is. Can we spot the one that's fallen? Is it that one? No. Oh, it's back there. I don't really see it. But one did go down over here this morning because I seen the trees all shaking and moving. Oh, I do see it. Hold on. Is that it right there? Oh, I think so, yeah. I don't think it's going to go down, though. It looks like it's wedged. Looks like it's wedged between those two trees there. But that is what's cracking. Yeah. Well, that makes sense. That's what I seen go down. It's shaking all the trees. That's odd that it broke right in the middle like that. Do it, do it, do it. Come on, God, do it while we're here. Anyway, this is what I've been hearing all night, like loud snaps and cracks, and I thought somebody was fucking with me. Alright, we're done watching. We've watched enough. It's not gonna happen. There was a little wind, maybe. Alright, back to camp. We gotta get some food in us and get packed up. As soon as I turn around, it's loud pow. Look, this camp. I love this tent of mine because it's not the easiest tent to see. I like that it's a little more camoed. And notice I wear like all green on purpose. I'm not trying to be seen. I would love it if a camper hiker walked right past me and didn't even notice me. Now right here, I'm not really hidden. But if I was in the ferns, it'd be a little bit better. Oh, kind of chilly once I get moving, but that's all right. That tree's about to go down. It's all the way back here. Creak, crack, pop, peep, pop. Look at this place, guys. Just amazing. I mean, I could stay here and walk back out 3.5 miles tomorrow morning, but I'm not gonna. There's so much more to see. We should probably get going so we can see it. Alright, we're gonna make some oatmeal. Alright guys, we broke the tent down. Sun's starting to pop up, so I'm letting the bottom of the tent dry up. We just ate our oatmeal, washed out our bowl, put another thing of coffee mixture in there. We're gonna have one more cup of coffee, finish this bowl that we're smoking. Go ahead and pack up, and we're gonna get on the road. Coffee's done. Hold on. Our water's done. Let's give it another second. You can probably hear it, but yeah, probably gonna get rid of the sun hoodie because I know it's gonna get warm real quick. Probably gonna get rid of the pants, turn these back into shorts. They got those zippers, pretty nerdy, but also pretty convenient. I woke up this morning, I was a bit cold. Put those on, I was happy to be able to zip those up. A little difficult to do when you first wake up. Oh, coffee's ready. A little difficult to do when you first wake up, but but totally worth it. There we go, full cup. Let's pour the rest of that out because we're done with water. I'm gonna see if I can dry some of this up a little. Pardon me while I take care of business. Dang it. Trying to dry up the stove a little before I pack it away. But, alright. Anywho, now, I just bring this collapsible bowl with me, guys. And this collapsible bowl works very well as a coffee cup and an oatmeal bowl. Sometimes I'll just cook my meals, though, right into the pot. This thing also works as a very good coffee pot. But I don't like to get it dirty, you know. If I just boil water in this thing, I don't have to pack it away in my food bag and hang it at night. I could just leave it sit out because there's only been water in there, so it doesn't smell like food at all. Doesn't attract anything. But anywho, that's just me. It's actually dry already because it was hot. That really worked well. But not the top. The top needs a little more time. Anywho, let's finish this coffee and we're going to get on down the road. We'll be out of here half hour, 40 minutes. Probably a little sooner, but I'm in no hurry to do anything. Ooh, that is strong. It's like I like my women, black and bitter. Just don't tell Selena that. Ooh. Alright, pretty much dressed back out for hiking. But I still got 3/4 of a cup of coffee, a little bit of weed left. It's just, I got the tent packed in. It was a little damp still, but I just folded it in. So, and we stop for lunch. We might take it out and see if we can dry it off the rest of the way. I don't use a footprint for my tent because it's more weight to carry. And the only thing I see good about a footprint is you can pack your tent away pretty quick. Keeps the bottom from being wet. But then you have a tarp that needs to be dried. So it doesn't really make sense to me. That's why I bring the sleeping pad. I sleep on a foam pad, then the air mattress. So if there's a hole that gets poked, I'm lifted off the ground, so I'll probably stay dry. It's a $130 tent. If it gets a hole in it, oh well, we'll get another one. This is why I don't buy $700 Nemos or Big Agnes tents and whatnot. Although I do really like Big Agnes. They got some really good tents. I might end up getting one eventually, and then I might protect it a little more, but at this point, this is an Amazon cheapo. Everything I have is Amazon cheapo or Walmart. And I found out that Walmart actually has, let's put it this way. Over the winter, I bought a 0 degree Coleman mummy bag to go winter camping with. Within 2 trips, the zipper broke on it. And it just threw me nuts. I went to Walmart and bought a $30 one. 10 degree bag though. $30. It's lasted all winter. I fucking love the thing. It's more comfortable. It's not as thick. It's not as heavy. So, Ozark Trail. That tree's still falling, by the way. It's the slowest falling tree in the world. Ozark Trail from Walmart, man. Don't sleep on them. They actually have some stuff. I mean, it's not the best stuff, but it is the most affordable, better stuff. It's better than Amazon Chinese crap, but I guess it probably is just Chinese. I don't even know if Ozark is Chinese or not, to be honest with you. Don't really matter to me, to be honest with you. If it works, I'll use it. So I went and I bought all this stuff as inexpensively as possible so I can get out on the trails this year. Because I also had to buy enough gear for my old lady. I had to buy enough gear for my kids. And now I got 3 setups. And that drained my pocket. So now what I'm going to do is start slowly upgrading little by little. Like I got a good cooker now. I got the nice jet boil. Some people don't even like the jet boil. Ultralighters will just use a little $10 thing, which I might end up getting too, because I need to get a second one. When all 3 of us go camping, we have to share a stove. And that's kind of a pain in the ass, so it'd be nice to at least have a second stove. And eventually I'm getting a 4th setup because I'd like to be able to bring my kids and and a buddy or something. I don't know. And my old lady's sister wants to go. She said she's gonna buy her own stuff, but I don't know if she knows what to buy. But anyway, I don't mind having a lot of gear. It's just expensive, so we're getting there slowly. Next summer, I'll probably have much better gear. Or some better gear, let's put it that way. Alright, I only have so many hands, so we're going to finish this coffee, finish this bowl, and we're going to go. The next video will be us on the trail. Alright guys, I forgot to tell you we're back on trail, but this is already, like, am I really on the trail? I do believe they're correct when they said not a beginner's trail. Looking for snakes. Okay, now where's the trail go? this for real? Good Lord. They say the other side is a little rougher. No trail markings, really. Alright, I gotta go under this blowdown, so I gotta go do some limboing. How low can you go? So this trail is pretty tough to follow in a lot of places. There really isn't any trail markers. You just really got to be looking. Plus there's a ton of stinging nettle through here. And my shins are on fire. Okay. Place is absolutely amazing and secluded. I love that. But you could tell nobody be walking on these trails. You've really got to pay attention. Yeah, this is the first marker I've seen in, I don't know, a long time actually. Yeah. I just pulled my shoe untied, so hold on a minute. This big domino effect, that one branch broke off, it's really long. Knocked this tree over, that tree, knocked that tree over, that tree, knocked that tree over, and so on and so forth. All the way down this hill. I heard one of these this morning, way on the other direction. You just heard this loud, and then you could hear a second one, and then you knew a third one, and then kaboom, boom, boom. All three hit the ground. It was pretty cool, but I didn't see it. Okay, we have the displeasure of coming through the stinging nettle forest. At least the path ain't so bad, but I've wandered off a few times. Let's see if we can see them. See all them little stickers right there, the little furry things? Oh, packed with poison, and they're itchy, and they burn, and all up and down my calves because I'm wearing shorts. It's just annoying. I mean, once you've been stung by stinging nettle enough, you know it's like 45 minutes of fuck this. And then it goes away, but still. Had I known this patch was coming up, I would have left my sleeves on. But here we are. What do you guys think was digging here? I don't think it was ants, because I poked it and nothing came out. I think that's somebody's cat hole. Somebody dug a hole and took a shit right on the trail. But I don't know. This is what it looks like. Guys, the stinging nettle trail back there, there's still a bunch of it. But holy cow, I'm on fire. It just never ends. This is a stinging nettle forest. My advice, wear pants. No matter how hot it is. Today it's 80 already. And I'm sweating like a pig. But I wish I had them pants on now. I might put them on my next stop, but I keep thinking I'm going to get back into a fern forest. And we'll get away from this stinging nettle. Which is cleared up a bit. But it's still here. Well, it's down there. Yep. Alright. Like right there. Big old branch of it. And right, see all them little fuzzy fuckers that stick to your legs? I tried to put my socks up, but it was too late. I had too many needles already in my legs, so it just made it worse. You gotta get some air to them bad boys. Oh, this is nice. Look how open it is. Thank the Lord. Alright. So, we got about 10 miles left of this trail, I think. We're going to go between 5 to 8 today. Ooh, what was that? which means every mile or so, I'm gonna take a 10-15 minute break, and then I'll take a lunch sometime today, which lunch consists of just eating some kind protein bars, 20 milligram protein bars, or super protein. But that's lunch, or snack, whatever you want to call it. And then I got a good dinner with 34 grams of protein for tonight. I should have brought a tortilla for it. I forgot. But it'll be good anyway. Alright. A little further. We're going to take quite a few breaks today. It's only right now like 9 o'clock. Probably about 9:30 actually. We've only been hiking for about an hour. And we took one break. We'll take quite a few more. Because we can. We got all day to be here. I was originally going to get here at 6 this morning. Or leave my house about 6. And this is about 3 hours from my house. So I'd have been here about 9. And I would have started this whole trail at 9. But I decided, fuck that. I'm just going to leave work a little early and take off. And I got out here last night. But so now we get to take it a little easier. Stop and see things. Take pictures. Rest. So we're going down this ridge, and there's such a beautiful sight to see these ferns again. That means less stinging nettle. But anyway, it's gotten a little bit cooler. You can kind of feel a breeze on this side of the mountain, which is cool because we're going to be walking most of the day on this side. And then we'll turn the corner and go that way back eventually. But right now we're along the back side, or the left side. We're going to go to the back side and then make that turn. So I don't know. I really don't know, guys. But look at this. It's an endless fern forest. Guys, this I think has so far been my favorite part of the hike. Oh, twisted an ankle already. Anywho, it is a little cooler over here, and it's just an endless amount. I could have swore I heard water, but it might have been the wind heading this way. But just an endless fern forest, and I love it. My shins love it too. And my calves. No more stinging nettle for now. Guys, here's another campsite right here. Just behind this way was that fern forest. We came out of it, and I would have to come all the way down here to get to another campsite. And the one I was at was much flatter. But I'm going to guess there's a little creek down here. That's why this campsite's here. Not much of one. Yeah, ain't no water running in it right now. I heard there's a few of these. So this one would have done. All right. It's about 5.5 miles in. If you're going clockwise on the Hickory Wilderness Trail, would be a good place for lunch. But all right, I'm gonna push on. You guys, excuse me. Again, I don't talk until I turn this thing on, and I realize that I have to clear my throat. This is what we do it for right here, guys. These moments where I get to just take a break, sit down, just listen to Mother Nature, talk to God, smoke a bowl, and just be in it. Just doing the damn thing, getting up in there. I feel closer to God here than I guarantee anybody in any church. This is what He created for us. He made this for us, and we take it for granted, build concrete on it, stack our houses on top of each other, literally shitting on top of each other, and then taking that water and cleaning it and then drinking it. It just doesn't make any sense, guys. Doesn't make any sense. This is where we belong, but there's just too many of us. So it is what it is now. We industrialized this country and the world. The world's been industrialized. Ran over. But the beauty of this place is just awe-inspiring. Like, I could sit here all day, but we're just going to cool off a little bit. You can see that I'm all sweaty because I'm fat and old. But I just did Kentucky last weekend, or weekend before. I did the Red River Gorge. We did 22 miles in a night. So I could do it. I just don't want to. I don't have to. So we're going to take our time. Ooh, smoke a bowl, cool off. We just happened upon a third campsite. This one's much better. If I could have made it to here last night, I would have. But this is just about 6 miles in. Oh, right through a spiderweb. Looks like somebody made a little table bench. There's 2 campfire spots. One back there, one over here. This one's been used recently. And there's some water that is usable. I'm going to check my GPS if it's a long way to get to the next water. We're going to fill up here just in case. Yeah, this is about just under 6 miles in if you go clockwise. Campsite number 3. Let's drop bag. Let's get some water. Okay, filled up our spare bottle over there. It took some time. I probably should have just waited till we got to this last creek, but I didn't want to chance it. Where the hell did the trail go now? There it is. Oh, there it is. Anyway, yeah, I didn't want to chance it. This next creek's not running well for some reason. I didn't want to be without water. But if there is water here, we're going to top off one more time because I don't know if there's any water beyond there. Then we're probably going to fill our bladder and hope it doesn't leak in the bag and carry out as many gallons of water as we can because we want to have coffee, oatmeal, dinner, and drinking water. And it looks like we're going to have about 6 or 7 miles with no water. So we got to make sure we have enough to not only have dinner and breakfast, but we have to have enough to get back on the trail and make it back to the truck on tomorrow morning. So I was hoping to eat some weight out of this pack, but it turns out everything I eat I'm putting back in water. Water is much heavier. So by the time I get home, my pack's probably going to weigh more than it did when I left. Anyway, so it is. Way she goes, boys. Way she goes. So here's another campsite down there. Looks like it's got some flat spot to it. But the water's way back there. It's not too far. There's a creek bed that goes past here, but it looks dried up. But we're not too far from where we just filled up water. So as we get deeper in here, there's more campsites. I think that's 4 or 5 now. But not too many in the beginning. And I'm wondering about the other side where there's not water. So we'll see. There was a guy who went past me when I was in camp this morning. First person I've seen. Another backpacker. So he's going to be camping somewhere tonight. Maybe I'll see him and he has done this trail before and has some answers. We'll find out. I think I'm going to go around this way. But yeah, we'll see. What did I just come to? This looks like this used to be a camp. Wait a minute. Here we go with the, what the hell am I doing? Is it this way? Looks like there's plenty of shit chopped down. Alright, I gotta check the old trails. I found a trail. I'm being eaten alive by deer flies, so I'm gonna get back off here and get rid of these things. Dang it. Alright guys, I'm out of breath. Here's that creek. I don't know if it's the last one. Whew. I just got eaten alive by deer flies coming through that swampy area. They were fucking me up. So here's what I do though. I bring this do-rag, not because I'm a gangster, but it serves multiple purposes for me. My glasses get sweat drips on them. So this clears it. Then I can use them to clean my glasses. I also use it to dry my feet sometimes when I have to do a river crossing that I have to take my shoes off for. But it also is used as a, oh, I got myself in the face, as a, you whack them fuckers out of the sky and they go away. But yeah, I took that from Mother Nature itself. The horses. This is a nice fern area again here. Whew. Yeah, we got a little lost back there. The trail goes through a bit of a swamp. That's how we ended up with all those deer flies, but we're now heading back uphill and away from that, which means that probably wasn't my last water. And I ran from those deer flies. There was a marked thing on the page talking about tree roots. So I probably missed something pretty cool. But whatever. Moving along. Whoa, snake. You almost scared the shit. Well, you did scare the shit out of me. There he is. Looks like Gartner. Anyway. Got me. Made my heart jump. All right, let's get off here. I stopped recording as much because, quite honestly, it was very muggy and hot. Ooh, those are pretty. Very muggy and hot, and we're having a rough time a little bit, but I'm still enjoying it. We're almost halfway done with the hike for today. We're just under 7 miles. We got about 6 probably left. So I want to knock that 6.5 at least. We're going to try to make it to the 10-mile mark or beyond. But since we're almost about halfway, once we get about to the 7-mile mark, we're just under. Or once we find a good spot, like this is actually a pretty good spot. We're gonna sit down somewhere, cool off, eat a protein bar, get some more water in us, and get back on the trail. Yeah, that would have been a good spot. Everything else is on an angle. Look for somewhere good to sit that's flat or straight. Okay, we'll be back. Picturesque place to stop and take a rest. The trail's right here. I was going this direction, and I just found a rotten log here. We stopped to eat one of these kind protein bars, get some 20 grams of protein in it. But starting to get a little bit of a headache. So I went looking for my Propel electrolyte flavor packet. I forgot them. I'm drinking a lot of water. And I feel like I gotta pee. And then I can't, and then I don't pee much. It's because I'm dehydrating. I'm not even halfway done with this hike. But I was worried these chocolate bars were gonna melt a little. Not at all. Pretty good. Anyway, snack break. All right, we're back on the trail. It was good to eat something real quick, let my cool off. But as soon as we got on the trail, it was like the steepest part yet. We've leveled back off though. We should be going down, and then we're gonna have the biggest hill of the entire hike. We have like down trees out right here. It's hard to see where I'm supposed to be going. I'm gonna guess this is it. I'm gonna probably have to check my haul chest, but I think I'm still on track. Oh, I see it. See the yellow marks? Let's see if I can get all this without falling. Oh, lost the stick. Okay, we'll be back. Guys, I think this is the creek. It ain't shit. I'm gonna relook at the map, but I think this is your last place to get water, maybe. Also, it's right next to a great camp, so if I had came here this morning, we probably would have walked this far and stayed here. There's even grass in this camp. It's nice and level. It's got little chairs for you, or tables. I brought my own chairs, but you know, somebody left you some wet wood. Ooh. There's always something living in the fire pit. I just heard something. But anyway, this would be a great lunch spot, or just a good camp spot. It's got a good breeze coming through here. Anyway, I'm gonna look at the map and see if I have to refill again. I just refilled, but alright, we're not gonna fill up here. We definitely crossed this creek 2 more times. I don't know why it's marked right here on. Probably because of this campsite. It has to do with how many people mark it, or camp. So people probably marked it for the campsite, but we don't have to fill up here. I got a small bottle and over half a large bottle left, so we're gonna walk down to the last crossing if we can before filling up, because otherwise on the backside you're walking probably 100 yards from it up a hill, and before it splits off too far I could walk down the hill, fill up my bag so I have plenty of water to hike out tomorrow, and maybe find a spot to camp there. I don't know. I was hoping to be closer to the truck because of the 3.5-3 hour drive, whatever it is. If I can get closer to my truck, then I can get home a little earlier, get some work laundry done, blah, 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 and relax, recuperate. But it's in God's hands, I guess. We'll figure it out. Check out this fern field. Oh, I'm chopping my... I thought there was a deer looking at me here for a minute. There might be 1 or 2 laying under that tree over there. Anyway, it's pretty. Got to keep moving. So we're about 8.5 miles in. I'm starting to get a bit of a stomach ache. I hope it's not from bad water. I do have an extra filter. I might just change the filter to make sure. It also could just be because I had oats for breakfast and then I had granola for a snack. I do have diverticulitis, so things that are heavy will stick into my little stomach pockets and give me stomach pain. We're gonna pick that up. Well, I haven't been videoing much because it's been kind of a tough trail. It's a nice little fern patch here, but I'm gonna show you why. I'm gonna take you through this one with me. Oh, maybe it opens up. Okay. Lots of spider webs. All right, that wasn't so bad. It looked like it was a long ways. And here's another campground or campsite. This one's a nice one. Close to water. Oh, now I lost the trail, but this is a good campsite. Looks like this campsite's right on the trail. I gotta figure out which way I'm going. That way. Yep, this one's right on the trail. Trail goes that way. But you don't see nobody back here. Like I said, I had the one guy pass my trail. I haven't caught up to him yet, nor have I seen him in any of these campsites. So he may have just been day hiking and brought his stuff just in case he stayed. This time it goes two different ways. That looks like a way, but this looks like the right way. See, so many of them are like this, and it's like, am I following a game trail? Maybe. This might have been the other way. I think we're going to go back and try the other way. That might have been the way. Yeah, this looks like a trail, but it also looks like somebody's put their deer. Also looks like a good deer trail. But it's the way we're going for now. Oh. How do I get across this? Do I go around it? I think I go around it. All right, let me look at my trail cam or GPS real quick. All right, we got over it. We just climbed it. Trail was on the other side. At least I hope it is. I haven't seen a hash mark yet. Oh. Or whatever you call them. Hold on, I got something going on. Yeah. I'm gonna have to stop here pretty soon. I got sticks and bugs and all kinds of shit down my back. I think we're at 8.5, maybe going on 9, maybe 8 3/4 miles, which means we have 1 1/4 plus 3.5, 4, almost 5 miles left of this trail, which is not bad. Well past the halfway mark, and we're coming up on the back side of it, where we're going to turn around and in the loop and start heading back towards the truck. Looks like the big climb is coming though. Man, it's nice back here. I'm tripping on everything. Got fucking bugs caught all over me, and I still love it. You probably can make a cool campsite back here. Maybe somebody has already. It's very dark in the pine forest. Okay, here's the creek. We're supposed to follow this for a while, and then eventually we break away. And before we break away, I gotta get water there. Well, I'm gonna have to bushwhack to get to it, but whatever we gotta do, we're gonna make sure we have enough water for tonight, because I cannot see any water on the GPS for the last like 4 miles maybe. Alright, this is a nice open spot. So I just turned the camera off because we were on that nice open area, and I was wiping the sweat off, and I look over and check out this area here. Oh, looks like it is a campsite somebody has. Looks like a pretty good one. I like these mushrooms here is what I was coming to look at. These shelf mushrooms. This might be our break point for a minute, guys. Look at these things. Now that is cool. They're all over. That's so pretty. All right, break time. We're doing some bushwhacking because the spot that I seen be the last chance to get water is kind of close to where we are, and we're going up, up, up. And I just passed a group of people for the first time. There was a group of like 15 or 20, and I have a feeling this is the last place to get water. So unfortunately, I'm going to try to fill up my big bag and both my water things. We're probably going to walk, I think we're only going to walk like another 2 miles maybe. So it might be a heavy last 2 miles, but we're going to find camp. It's only like, I don't know, 1 o'clock, 1:30. Oh, hopefully this is the water right here. Let's look. Haha, I think it is. Hopefully it's running. No, it's not. Fuck. It definitely was a better place to get water down the river, or down there. I mean, it's moving a little. We're going to find a way to make this work, guys. I'll be back. Alright, well, we haven't recorded in a while. We've met quite a few people. I stopped to get water back there because I was told it was the last water source. Last people I just passed said there's 1.5 miles up the road. Which now that I've got 2 gallons of water in my backpack or more, it's heavy as hell, and I don't think I'm gonna make it 1.5 miles. Also, they said there's no campsites, but there's a couple guys said there's places that they could be made. So right now we're going up a huge hill. I'd like to get down from the hill where it's a little bit cooler and then break camp. So, well, bad news, guys. I am still about 5 or 6 miles from the truck. I'm down to just 20% on my phone, and I lost my charger back where I believe where I was getting water the last time. That's way back there. I ain't going back for it. But so yeah, now I can't use the all trails to make sure I'm on trail. We're just gonna have to be very vigilant, and I'm not gonna be able to record it anymore. I'll see if I can turn my phone off and save a little so we can see a camp. From what I understand, there is no more water and no more camps. But somebody said that there's some areas that look like you can break camp, so that's what we're gonna do. Unless I get a wild hair up my ass and want to get all the way out to the truck, then drive home and sleep in my own bed tonight, but I don't think so. I'm pretty beat. Anyway, I can't waste anymore. See you at camp. Okay, guys, so I'm sitting in my chair. We finally broke camp. I'm exhausted. We've done 11 miles. Today was like 7.5 or 8, but the last 4 maybe was with a couple gallons of water, because from there to the truck, there is no more water. I think I told you guys all this, but I just exhausted. It's 4:20 now. Which so here's camp. Oh, let me open the lens. We came in from over there, and I had to mark some trees with some yellow paracord so I could find my way back to the trail because I lost my charging cord. I don't know why I don't bring two, just for that reason. But I left it back where I was charging back in, well, I don't know, 6 miles ago. But here we are. We are hidden back here. I don't know if you guys can see. There's all that water I carried. But this is the side of a mountain, one little flat spot that I found, and the trail's up there. I got lost a couple times because I wasn't using the GPS trying to get to where I am. I had to drop my bag and do some recon to try to find a flat spot because it was just, I'm done. Tomorrow morning we're going to do minimal water, just take what I think I need, and we're out of here. Lucky for me though, there's this little pit here. I think I'm supposed to have rocks around it, but there are none around here. And I'm too tired to do anything. So I'm going to dig that out, get all the leaves out of it, and we're going to start a fire in there tonight. And I have an abundance of wood around here because, you know, this isn't an actual campsite, so nobody's been in here using up all the wood. Anyway, bags hanging. I got all my stuff here ready to get into the tent. I'm about to make some coffee because that's where we're at with life right now. I need some fucking coffee. Alright, so it's not even 6 yet. It's going on 6 right now. I'm bushed, whooped, bamboozled, whatever you want to call it. I can't even think straight. We did Red River Gorge a couple weeks ago, about 2 weeks ago, maybe. This was harder. And mainly because of how many blowdowns there were and how much bushwhacking you got to do. And then there's a point where you run out of water. Now, if I had planned this better, I would have came the other direction instead of this way, and I would have had plenty of water and then ran it out by the time I got to that. But I knew I was going to camp over here, so I had to carry water from the last point, which was far away. Anyway, my muscles are cramping up real bad. I didn't bring my electrolytes. I got a headache. Got bit by a fucking spider. It was a rough day. Well, it was a nice day. It was a rough end of the day. And now I'm so tired. I might be in bed in the next hour. Maybe less. I'm just kind of hanging out, waiting for the sun to go down a little bit before I go to bed. But I may go to bed any time now. I'm just done. Then wake up, get up early, get this packed up and get out of here before anybody else is on the trail. Get home a reasonable hour. I'm looking to be home by like noon, but if I got 4 miles to go and it's not easy. I think I've been on the trail for almost 11 hours and I've only done 11 miles. So I'm doing like 1 mile an hour or something like that. It's pretty crazy. It shouldn't be that. Whatever. I should sleep good tonight, I hope. We'll see you guys in the morning. Tent's all set over there. We're gonna burn this out. I really wasn't burning it to get warm. I was smoldering it on purpose. I've been letting it go out, then put some wet wood on it. It was because the flies were so bad over here. I got the bear bag way up that hill. It's about 50 yards, 60 yards away at least, on a real tall branch. There's a great one right here, but that's in camp. I can't hang it there. Anywho, I don't anticipate seeing anybody else tonight. I think everybody walks that way, and I walked that way. I've seen a whole bunch of people today going around because they do the hard part first and then they get over here. Plus, it's all downhill over here. I'm going uphill. And then they get over here and there's all the water. All that water is over there. And the better campsite. So I did it backwards. But that's what All Trails told me to do. So fucking All Trails. Anyway, we'll see you in the morning. We got to get all this stuff back into the tent and go to bed. Good morning, campers. We're up early. I got up at like just after 5 because I seen that the light was coming out and I had to go to the bathroom. I get out and I start realizing it's starting to rain. It wasn't supposed to rain until possibly around 9, but definitely at 1. So my plan was to be out of here and make sure I'm out of here by noon. So I get up and I'm like, all right, I'm going to start getting ready. Then it starts raining. So we skip breakfast. We're finishing our coffee. We got everything broke down. Tent's gone. It's in the bag. Oh, I just got to put that away. Finish my coffee, put that away, and put the water we got left away. I filled up my 2 water bottles. There is no water from here till the. It would have worked out. I had just enough water. I don't know if you can see it, but in that bag is just enough water for me to make oatmeal with. But so my plan worked. It just was exhausting. I am beat up. Yesterday, right around the time where we were getting water, I was already overheated. I had to stop. I took a nap for a while. I don't know if you guys remember that. But I stopped and laid out my sleeping pad and just laid on that in a camp I had found for a good hour or so, charging my battery. That's where I lost my charging cord. But by the time I picked up all this water, I was already overheated, overexhausted, starting to suffer from heat exhaustion. And just been sweating so much and dehydrated all night last night. My muscles were cramping up. I forgot my Propel electrolyte stuff. So I was just chugging down water last night that I was afraid I shouldn't be drinking and eating food. I feel better this morning. I'm real groggy, real tired, but I slept good last night. So that's good. I didn't really sleep good the night before, so anyway, it's still pretty cool out. Battery's about dead. I'm using the last of it to talk to you guys and check All Trails if necessary on the way back. I'm just waiting for it to get light enough out here. I don't know if you can tell. Here it's kind of light, but if you get into the trail where the trees are more dense, it's still pretty dark. And the whatchamacallits are hard to see anyway. So we're gonna finish this coffee and we're out of here. The nectar of God. I will catch you on the trail or at the truck. Alright, we're on the trail. I'm taking a chance of killing this battery just to get some video because we're about to walk into. I'm in it, but also, dropped one. There's so many ants that were inside my bag because I left it outside of the tent. They somehow got into my bear bag, which was sealed. They are all over inside my tent. They're in my backpack. And now as I'm hiking, they're all over me. They're just crawling on me. These sons of bitches are diabolical. And they're the big black ones, too. Anyway, it's nice and cool right now. My hips and legs and back are all a little sore. But, I don't know if I told you guys when I was hanging my bear bag last night, I almost got to pet a fawn. A doe ran by me real close. And then here comes a fawn. And the fawn stops. Still had all little white dots and everything. And it starts making little fawn noises. And it gets all close. It starts walking towards me. And when we got about 10 feet from each other, it stopped. It had a moment of clarity, I guess, and then took off. But it was pretty cool. That was really cool. I didn't have my phone on me because I was hanging the bear bag and the phone was back in the camp. Turned off because I don't have any power or a battery. But anyway, that was cool. I'm going to go ahead and get off here so I have a little battery for if I see anything else cool. I want to show you guys how easy it is to get lost here. We are on the trail right now. but you can't tell where we just came from. We came from that way, but you can see kinda, but not really. Which way does the trail go? And then this is the way we're going. It goes that way. Only reason I know, a very light, every like 100 yards, most of the time I go, where the fuck is the trail? And then I got to put my walking sticks in the middle of where I was and go hunting around tree to tree to find the mark. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. Yeah, I mean, looking now, you go, oh yeah, obviously that's the trail. But when you're coming up over the hill and it looks like this, that's the same thing. What's the difference, right? What is the difference? Okay, well, he's doing this as a day hike. I am sweating like a pig. It's super humid. My glasses are completely fogging up. I can't see a thing. He said we're about 2.5 miles right now from the parking lot, so let's get moving. Okay, guys. Oh man, this thing is all fogged up. The humidity is crazy, but we are finally here. I don't know if you can tell the truck is running. I ran out of battery the last time I updated you guys, so did this. Look, this tell you right here, Hickory Creek Trail is 12 miles. You got 1.5 miles. It's 13.5 miles. That's not true. That's not right. You're looking at about 15 to 16 miles when all's said and done. But all right, guys, that's it. It is over. We are heading to stop, get something to eat. Since I didn't really eat breakfast, I had a granola bar, and we're gonna suck down a ton of water, an energy drink. This is just, there's no sun out here. It would be a beautiful day, except for the humidity is like heavy. But all right, that's Hickory Creek Wilderness, or creek, depending on where you live. 13.5 miles. Follow it on all trails. But I would go, if it was me, if I were the one doing this, I went clockwise. I would go counterclockwise, because the simple fact is you can carry in your water from here that way, and that's mostly downhill. Once you get to the back side of it and turn, you're gonna end up running into water. The rest of the way back, there's water. So you got about 6 miles this way without water. If you go the other way, you got to stop and collect a bunch of water and carry it in, and then carry it all uphill, which is what I did. Sucked. Don't do that. Go the other way. It's about 6 miles till you get back there to water, 7 maybe, and then there's all kinds of campsites back there too. So it's a perfect place to stop, camp, whatever, and then continue on. But all right, that'll do it, guys. Anyways, Camp Anyway out.